Whole lot to talk today. A lot to talk about today, chat. We'll get right to it. What's up, guys? You're just joining. It is the TheCoinZone. Crypto with Paul. It's Monday, March 2nd. And this is what's going on in the markets. We got a crypto market update for you guys. We're going to talk about what's going on in the markets. Iran, USA, Israel. We're going to take a look at some other things as well, as we always do on our live streams here, guys. Make sure to hit that like button on the way in. Make sure to sub to the channel. And let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it. So, all right, guys, let's really break down what's happening here, okay? If you're just joining, appreciate you. My name is Paul, Crypto with Paul, they call me. You're watching the TheCoinZone. We break down every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on a live stream what the heck's happening. So, if that is appealing to you, stick around, hit that sub button, and let's get into this. So what the heck's happening, guys? Obviously, if you know, I've said this plenty of times before, but live under a rock, maybe with or next to Patrick Star, you don't know what's going on in the world. Well, there is currently a potential World War III going on. Okay, the United States and Israel decided to attack Iran. Iran is then attacking neighboring countries and elsewhere. 14 countries, specifically Iran, has sent missiles. So we've seen posts about Saudi Arabia, you know, Kuwait, Jordan, surrounding areas. Images came out in Dubai. You know, I've been speaking with individuals personally in Dubai. A lot of fake news going on out there. Fake news. We hate it, the fake news. So bad. But there's also a lot going on, guys. You know, what's going on in the markets? What is going to happen in the markets? Nobody's a future teller. However, we can look at past events, history, and we can see how the markets react in situations like this. You know, COVID, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Palestine, etc. So what's happening now is a complete trend reversal of gold and silver falling and going right into the stock market and Bitcoin. If we go over to coin market cap, let's refresh real quick. Bitcoin is up over 5% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum back over 2K, up a little under 5%. How's the rest of the market doing? Pretty decent. Solana up 5%. Chainlink up 5%. Good to see, 4%. See, Monero, guys. Monero is one that is huge to me, okay? I don't want to get off topic, but I can't stop talking about Monero, to be honest. Thank you, brother. Thank you for tapping in. $2? No way. Is that a donation? First off, StreamYard updated. This actually looks pretty sick now, okay? Wow, look at that. Yanghu 8877. I don't know if that's, are you just saying $2 or a donation? We're out here. Either way, bro. Appreciate you for tapping in. Now, that is lovely to see. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing good. So, I want to talk about Monero for a second. We'll get to everything else. But over the last couple months, since this whole privacy narrative has been going off, and we've been making tons of videos about it here in the TheCoinZone and looking into it more, man, I really wish, and I tweeted about this, I really wish I got into Monero earlier. And I love this project. And I think something like this, you know, the Zcash, the Monero, privacy projects, Railgun, etc. There's others out there. Railgun, I think, is native to ETH, right? Some of these projects, but I just think Monero over all of them, just because it's design, just what it is. I think in the future, as more and more governmental, you know, seizing, centralization, CBDCs, all of that rolls out, the enforcement of KYC, while all this happens and governments around the world become more egregious, taxation, all of this just continues to go up. Everything with AI and Palantir, people are going to start to say, at first the kooksters who thought the people who buy this stuff were just kooksters, right? Like everyone's just a freaking Alex Jones, like freaking out. The average person who didn't take care, who didn't look at this stuff, is going to start waking up to what governments are doing and be like, okay, this isn't just, you know, me being a good little soldier now and staying in line. This is actually like my right and my freedom to be able to have levels of privacy and sound money and this and that. Monero encompasses all of this, and it's this ongoing system. The only thing to me that like is the only gripe is that it's not a cap supply. But when you look at the chart, like if we just zoom out, look at this thing. It's beautiful. It's a great looking chart. Look at this chart. That's great. This is sustained growth, and it's not like Monero's been around for 2 years. Look at this chart, guys. Monero's been around for, a minute. This is beautiful to see. All right, but back to it, guys. Why is this happening? So this is from World War III News. The market just surprised everyone. In the past 2 hours, over 1 trillion has been wiped out from gold and silver, while nearly 800 billion has been added to crypto and the US stock market. Gold is down, wiping out 650 bill. Silver is down, wiping out 340 bill. The NASDAQ is up. SPX is up. Russell 2000, Bitcoin. Absolutely crazy to see. This is what the overall crypto markets have been looking like so far since this morning. We just took a look at it on CoinMarketCap. This is what things do, guys. Speculative digital native assets that governments don't control. Yeah, something like Bitcoin, something like Monero. Yeah, these things would probably do well in at times like this, right? This is also Tel Aviv stocks hit new all-time high despite ongoing war. War, if you guys don't know, is a profit machine. The military-industrial complex. This is the biggest gripe that a lot of people have with the current president of the United States, Donald Trump. No new wars, blah, blah, blah. Well, here we are. Well, some people, are saying he completely lied, right? Because war, you create a ton of money. It's why you got guys like Lindsey Graham and Dick Cheney in the past, these warmongers who want war to happen because an incredible amount of wealth is created. Okay. But that's what we're going with, guys. And that is the unfortunate aspect of these things. And that's just what's happening. What just happened here? That was strange. An extra light just turned on. Oh my God, it's the CIA. Oh my God, they know. Okay. So if you guys weren't aware, Donald Trump just gave a speech. I don't know if he's still live. Let's check it out. Is he live still? I doubt it. He's been speaking for a while. So Trump just gave a speech live, guys. Okay, addressing the whole nation. He put out like a 6-minute video. Okay, on X. And, we can listen to it here. Do I really want to? Not really. It's just Trump. Okay, the entertaining guy himself. But it's nothing new. You want to know what he said? Basically this. He said in the beginning, we have one of the best militaries. This is one of the biggest operations, frankly, ever in history. One of the biggest. It's great. How great this is. Right? And then, the big one is coming soon. Okay? So what are everyone's thoughts? Chat, let me know in the comments what you think about what's going on personally. Okay? We have Andrew Tate talking about Bitcoin, dancing with cigars in his mouth, saying in a couple of days this is going to blow over. I got to be honest. He might not be wrong. He might not be wrong. Unless Iran has some sort of nuclear stash we don't know about, there's no way that they can go toe-to-toe with the United States military for long. Maybe for sure. They're going to send out bombs to 14 countries and do their thing. At some point soon, they're going to get depleted, have nothing left, have to cut a deal or something. They're just retaliating. Unless something broader happens here, like, for example, Saudi Arabia said that the United States pulled some of their military from certain, stables in Saudi Arabia that would protect them so they can go protect Israel instead and defend Israel. And, if that's the case, the United States signed a treaty with Saudi Arabia for protection. So if they went against that, then that's not a good look. You don't want the U.S. ruffling other feathers during this. Things can go awry. You know, this military has already been proven capable of doing insanely precise carried out missions, like insanely good missions, right? They got Maduro in 2 seconds. Nothing happened, went in and out, everything's good. If we continue that with Iran, that's insane. But Venezuela is no Iran. There's way more history in the Middle East, way more issues. It's a complete different animal, but it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. I will say that. So let's keep it moving, guys. This is what's happening, okay? Just in, UAE has destroyed. This is just the UAE. Mind you, we mentioned 14 countries. 161 of 174 ballistic missiles. They've intercepted 645 of 689 drones and eliminated all 8 cruise missiles during the Iranian attack. Now, what does Da Vinci Jeremy have to say about this? Iran launched 165 missiles at the UAE. Each, now get this, each interceptor, right? We just broke this down, costs $4 to $6 million. That's over $1 billion in defense missiles paid for with printed money. You ready? This is probably why the markets are responding good, why Bitcoin is responding. Every war, every missile, every dollar printed to pay for it, Bitcoin absorbs it all eventually. See you at 500K. Okay. Now, if you are an OG Bitcoiner, if you've been in crypto for a while, you know who Da Vinci is. If you don't, you need to know who this man is. Da Vinci Jeremy. Go look him up. Let's click on him, enlarge the picture here. If you're in crypto, if you're some sort of any degen, you've seen this guy before, okay? You've seen Da Vinci. Who is this guy who's buying Bitcoin? He made a YouTube video begging people to buy $1 Bitcoin when it was $1 or something like that. Just buy $1. And it was like worth $1. Meaning if you did that right now, you'd have what, 69K? Pause. Nice. Whatever Bitcoin's at. What is Bitcoin at? Let's see, guys. Bitcoin is at 69K. Yep. All right. Well, that's good. Okay. But that is the truth. That is the truth of the matter here, guys. See you at 500K. Let's keep it moving. Arthur Hayes. Arthur Hayes, another voice. If you don't know who Arthur Hayes is, big name in the space. What's Arthur Hayes have to say in this? Middle East conflict could boost crypto. Arthur Hayes says every U.S. president since 1985 who sent forces into the Middle East was followed by Fed rate cuts or added liquidity. He argues similar easing could support crypto markets. 100%. Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're definitely seeing the conditions for things to flip and turn around here. I think Tom Lee even just went on this morning and said he's very bullish for by the end of March, the markets to turn around. Mind you, Tom Lee also said ETH would be at like 11K in January. It's at 2K right now. So with a grain of salt, everything, guys. We're talking about global conflict. Nobody predicts what comes next. Nobody. I'm seeing insane things on X right now. Some true, some not. You know how it goes. But right now, this is the most unstable, at least, poll-wise, the world, people think the world has ever been. Our modern world, right? This is the most unstable, stat-wise. That came out last week. We talked about it. The world, people think the world's ever been. There's the most global uncertainty. And then this happened a week later. So you think that went down? No, guys. People are probably more concerned now. Let's keep it moving. Paul Barron. Okay, Paul Barron's got a network. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got good guests, good interviews. Update. The Clarity Act just missed its March 1st deadline. Yes, it's March 2nd. Why the stall? We've hit a yield wall. This sucks. Yes, obviously we know this. Yield, DeFi, crypto, versus the banks. Brian Armstrong fighting for us. Well, we're hearing good things. Brad Garlinghouse made a statement, and now this. The crypto side, demanding the right to offer regulated yield rewards on stablecoins like USDC Without it, they argue the US is just exporting innovation to Europe and Asia, obviously. The banking side, terrified of deposit flight. If users can get 4 to 5% on a stablecoin versus 0.1% in savings account, banks lose their cheap capital. See, this is the absolute crazy thing right now. Any degen looks at that and says, tough shit, banks. That's the whole point. Bye-bye. We are in real time witnessing a fight. Like, we are in real time witnessing TradFi banks fighting for their lives right now. Like, just straight up fighting for their lives. Understanding if we don't make a push, if we don't adapt, if we don't spend billions to lobby against this, then we could see slowly, you know, our empires losing our power, losing our edge, and watching tons of liquidity go into DeFi protocols. Right? Because at the end of the day, what are we seeing? Unfortunately, 2026 is a completely new realm of crypto. It is a completely new space, guys. Okay? When I was at ETH Denver, what was one of the biggest tables there? Canton. Does that represent DeFi? No. So what are we seeing in 2026? Crypto Theory, good to see you, brother. Tapping in. Hope you're having a great week. Thanks for tapping in. Damn, bro. These things are nice. These new little... Look at that. This one's nice because we got a tip. But these are nice. The new buttons. StreamYard updated. Things are... Hey, I was going to move away from StreamYard, but I don't know. We'll see now. Cryptocurrency Theory, good to see you, brother. But this is what's happening in 2026, guys. The crypto space is beyond different. It's unrecognizable to even what it was 2 years ago. As someone who's been in this space since 2020-ish, 2021-ish, this is the weirdest time. Now, like, it's truly, if you have no idea what you're doing, you're just going to get taken advantage of. And if you already work with, if you're already skeptical with crypto, you've still never dipped your toe in or used DeFi or anything, you don't know about this stuff, in a year from now, most of these people are going to get onboarded to TradFis, to TradFi banks that created their own blockchain infrastructure. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen. In 2026, it's either you're continuing to use the legacy system who built their own rails on this new tech, or you're actually going to use DeFi and Ethereum or Solana. Even Solana is trash, though. Centralized trash in my eyes. But again, it still represents, to some degree, decentralization and crypto and blockchain, right? That's what's going to happen. You're going to see yield being offered because these banks, unfortunately, want all the yield, right? So you're going to have the average person, JP Morgan, 3% yield. Oh, great. This is great. How easy, bro? Easy for them, right? Decred, Dash, Zcash, bro. That's what I was saying. Cryptocurrency Theory, bro. Before you just joined, I was just talking about how big privacy I feel like is going to be. Shielded Orchard pools, every token offering privacy. 100%, man. I even tweeted about it yesterday. Like, the urge for me just to... There's 2 PCs I have in my Amazon cart right now. I'm not going to lie. That mine Monero. That I'm looking at getting to... If I could create my own node, Monero node, point a couple miners at it, it's just literally free anonymous digital cash. That's the true FU to the system. That is what Bitcoin wanted to be. Monero fascinates me because it's genuinely, if you want to look at like the most pure crypto that's truly against the system, that truly, it's not Bitcoin, it's Monero or something similar like a Zcash, like you're saying. Decred 60% up in a bear market, 10-year-old project. Interesting. We got to look at Decred. Decred. Okay. So Decred, number 79 in regards to market cap. Look at this chart all time. Okay, 2021, we had a top of 219 in the past week. We are up around 22%, up 5% in the past day. Very interesting here, Decred. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have all of these things start to start to go crazy. If you're actually here's the difference, guys. Like times like this, why are bear markets so necessary? Bear markets are so necessary because they actually show you who the fake people are, who the builders are, who the real people are, and who the fake people are. Bear markets get out a lot of the BS, a lot of the scams, and the people who are actually soundly building, even though maybe they don't have good marketing, maybe they're not hype, whatever, they're still building something solid. A lot of these projects just eventually get their flowers. It's not all about marketing, guys. It's actually a lot about fundamentals too. And it's something in the space that we need to get back to. If you're trying to get the mainstream's attention and have all this adoption happen, you can't do it with soul pumps and meme coins and NFTs and all this. It's not going to happen. You need to offer real utility, genuine utility. Bear markets are also necessary to audit the order books before we move again. 100%. And that's why everybody, the past couple months, since October, the biggest liquidation event, people were like, all right, maybe that's it. System's flushed. We're going higher. No, it's March now. ETH just popped over 2K again. Bitcoin's down under 70K still. So who knows, man? I mean, but that is 100% true. 100% true. This is why you have to pay attention to what smart money does. And guess what smart money is doing right now, guys? Guess what smart money is freaking doing right now? Do I have it? Binance is buying Bitcoin. Coinbase is buying Bitcoin. Kraken, Galaxy, Wintermute. They're all buying right now, guys. This is what kills me when I speak to my family, my friends, right? Times like this, it's all 100% panic and fear. Oh my God, did you lose all your money, Paul? What's going on? I thought crypto was going to the moon. Bitcoin seems screwed. The news is going crazy. That's all it ever is. But right now, again, I just showed you the biggest people are buying right now because that's how the game works, guys. Smart money knows what to do. The fear and greed index is still god awful right now. Retail is pooping their pants. What does that mean? You freaking buy more. If you have capital on the sideline right now, you know, maybe start DCAing, do whatever you can. And none of this is ever financial advice, as you guys know. But personally, I'm looking to do some sort of a DCA strategy with my top holdings right now. Absolutely. This is what we do here in crypto, guys. This is opportunity. Do you know how much opportunity is created in negative times? A lot, guys. Now, the other crazy thing is the biggest conversations right now, it's not really blockchain anymore. It's AI. Okay, it's Claude. Claude is down. All right. The first thing that's insane is supposedly the US military used Anthropic's Claude for military operations striking Iran. Already. All freaking ready. This is insane, guys. Okay? So to see Claude be offline now, and Crypto Wendy O had a good tweet about this. If you lay off, you know, like Jack Dorsey just did block, what was it, like 40% or something like that? Or no, 4,000 people, something like that, crazy. If you lay off all these individuals because Claude is doing their work and then Claude goes down, what do? That's not good for productivity. But that's a wrinkle that needs to be figured out. And again, I've been talking about this guy for such a long time on our show here because this is one of the exact reasons why I want to sit down with Greg Asuri. Greg, if you're watching this, we can't rely on centralized data centers that conduct all the energy, produce all the energy, hold all the information, get all the fees. Like they're creating these systems that are creating massive centralized powers of control. And Greg Asuri built a Akash network to kind of decentralize that. Just listen to this. When I testified before the US Congress, I predicted that hyperscale data centers hosting critical AI services would be targeted by our adversaries during global conflicts. Today, Anthropic's Claude went down after an Iranian attack on AWS data centers in the Middle East. Absolutely crazy, guys. So the need to decentralize data centers, meaning this is the whole freaking point of crypto. I can lend my own compute power. I can lend out my own hash power or compute my GPU power using Akash to basically act as a data center, right? It's just like if I'm using VFAT pools on Uniswap to get yield, right? What am I basically doing? I'm basically becoming the exchange. I'm collecting fees by offering up the yield in a pool, or excuse me, offering up liquidity in a pool and getting yield because of that. Like Bitcoin mining, you're offering up, your compute power and your energy and electricity to help contribute to the network, so you're rewarded for it. This is a concept of crypto that's very interesting to me. And if you incentivize people to join, that's how you make these freaking things work. Proof of stake, proof of work, etc. Crypto is fascinating, guys. If you're just tapping in right now, make sure to hit that sub button, hit that like button if you feel like you're learning right now, if you like this stuff. But yeah, make sure to check out the Akash network, guys. Very interesting to me. There's a lot going on here. In other news too, surprising news, Polkadot kind of making a big splash right now. Out of all of this, the world of being set on fire, I wouldn't expect to hear Polkadot's name right now. I just got to be honest. All right. Polkadot's economic upgrade introduces a hard cap on DOT supply at 2.1 billion tokens, cuts emissions by 53.6%, and reduces on-bonding period from 28 days to 24 to 48 hours. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, we can look at the Polkadot charts, I guess, but look, it's when you look at Polkadot, it's the same thing as looking at a lot of these other projects like an ADA or, even like a Link in my eyes and some of this stuff. It's like, you zoom out, you look at what happened in the last, the previous bull run, you're like, nice. Okay. $53. It's at $1, guys. $1.55 right now. Polkadot is way down. People are considering it dead. Loss of interest. The community is not as big. This is what crypto is, guys. This is gambling, right? Well, Polkadot, it's been around for a minute. Oh, it's a blue chip. It's fundamentals. It's a good project. Yeah, sure. Well, guess what? No one cares. It's down 44% all the time. Is it going to win? I don't know. Do I hate Polkadot? No. Just being honest. Can it make a comeback? All-time high? Sure. Is it going to happen? I don't know. It's not a project I'm heavily focused on. It has good yield. But again, like I consider Polkadot in the same era and class as like an ADA. ADA blows away Polkadot in so many areas. Community's way larger. Social footprint. You have much more, ADA and Midnight go viral pretty frequently, I feel like. USDCX integrations. Just by comparison, I mean, Solana compared to Polkadot, Solana blows out Cardano and Polkadot. Like all these projects around that time are just more popular. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens. Cryptocurrency theory: buying crypto is best to DCA against the slippage fees currently and set the limit orders slightly below. Yeah, you got it locked in, bro. Spitting alpha for the viewers right now. Love to see a cryptocurrency theory. We got to get you back on the channel, bro. We got to lock in and do a live together. Let's make it happen. Look at it top right against logs. Yeah. Who knows, guys? But what's happening with ETH, guys? With ETH. Let's just share ETH a little bit. Get to ETH. Log chart. Yeah, I feel you. Let's just get to ETH real quick, guys. Okay. This is the real story here. Bitcoin's up. ETH is up 4%. Look at this bounce, guys. This is a crazy bounce. Going back to this first image here, these are crazy falls. Look at silver. Silver and gold basically did the same thing. Straight down. What did Bitcoin do? Straight up. What did the Russell do? Straight up. NASDAQ straight up. S&P straight up. Straight up. This is crazy though, guys. There is a complete rotation. Will Tom Lee be right by the end of March? We have, complete, everything is completely shifted. We're like in a bull market or maybe headed towards a bull market. I don't know. If you slam most cryptos on log chart next to the alt button on the graph, it definitely paints a picture where we are going. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, look, I don't know what the future holds. All I know is I'm still really bullish. And I feel, even though if the 4-year cycle might be dead, some of these projects, some of these crypto projects, their price has been held down for so long now, for 5 years, right? Since the last bull market. We all thought that we were going to get an all-time high and a crazy blow off top, Giga Chad in 2025. Well, we basically kind of did see a mini altcoin season for a second and a half, and everyone missed it because we thought like that was just the beginning. We're going so much higher, yeah. Well, it wasn't. But still, in my eyes, I don't think we genuinely did see a blow off top. I still think some of these projects are really undervalued. And at some point, they're just going to have to snap to what it should be valued out for a second before it drops heavily again, because that's crypto. But again, that run up still is there in my eyes, for sure. It's not going to be with everything, but it's going to be with certain projects that are positioned well and doing well right now. The only thing that really bothers me about this administration is it's basically, and like, and I think Charles says it best, and he's putting things in a perspective that most guys don't want to, because they don't want to be honest about it. They'd rather pretend, no, this is great, Trump's doing good stuff, let's just put our heads down and blah, blah, blah. No, at the end of the day, it still is a big lobby fest. We're not going to see maybe the best legislation we could get because of this. It's all about lobbying and whose names who's hanging out with Trump, who's at the White House. And that's not how it should be. And until Charles pointed out, like, David Sachs hasn't really done that good of a job. He really hasn't. There's been other people getting stuff done in Congress and stuff with progression of bills outside of David Sachs, like Paul Atkins at the SEC, like Cynthia Loomis, tons of people, Patrick McHenry. You have people that have been pushing all this stuff that haven't stopped before and after, pre and post David Sachs. Now, I thought it was good because I know David Sachs. I watched the All In podcast. He's been around. But also to think the administration met with like 10 other people before him who were like all crypto native and like pretty damn qualified, and they went and picked his ass. Like, come on. It's not surprising from the Trump administration. It's just, although it could be way worse, and I don't hate the guy. It's just like, this is the environment that's created right now. It's just like lobbying and backdoor deals and like money, as opposed to like, all right, let's actually get something done. If you want to be the crypto capital of the world, you say, what is the best piece of legislation we need to pass, and what do the people want? They haven't done that at all. If they did, they would look at the banks right now and they'd be like, shut your mouth. We're getting this bill done. You're holding it up. Too bad. But they're not. They're just like lobbying still. So we'll see what happens. Yinghu8877. Thank you. Hell of a way to start off on Monday, March 2nd, 2026 with a $2 tip. Love to see it. Cryptocurrency Theory, thanks for tapping in. Got to get you back on the channel, brother. But yeah, it's been another live, guys. Again, make sure to hit that sub button if you're not tapped in already. All right. We go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But make sure to stick around because we have more videos coming for you today, later on this week. Okay, so stick around, guys. We're always making content for you guys. And looking forward to do it. So stick around. I'm sure there's going to be crazy news coming out every day. I'll be right here Monday and Friday again this week to keep up to date with it all. So tap back in then. Appreciate you guys for tapping in now. Have a great rest of the day. Monday, March 2nd. Hit that sub button. Like and share this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.